of going back to the gym and doing strength training, and now it's kind of Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Now this is kind of late, but we are gonna do like a year in review. Since it's already 2022, I figure, you know what, let's just sit down, talk about the year, and think and see what we're working on for 2022. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button, please go ahead and do so. And if anything I say in this video resonates with you, hit me with a big thumbs up, because it does help my channel. It helps other people to find me. Let's take a look to see where we were last year in terms of how much we weighed at the beginning of the year. I use an app called MyFitnessPal, and MyFitnessPal helps me to track my weight, also helps me to count calories, because y'all know that's how I've lost 80 pounds in the last like 3 years. So at the top of the year, I was 197. As of right now, I'm about like 202, 205. We're starting the year 8 pounds higher. But listen, let me tell you why I didn't even, like, I kind of procrastinated and I'm making this video so late. Is because I kind of was very disappointed in myself. I'm like, damn, like, you're 8 pounds heavier. Like, you're not even like, come on. Like, I kind of felt like a loser. Like, how? This is just ridiculous. Like, how? But I'm gonna tell you guys how. What? And these are not excuses, and y'all know that I can make excuses. In February, I started having twitching or spasming in my face. Don't know why. I could not figure it out. I started trying to cure it with vitamins. I went down all of the vitamins that cause twitches: B12, calcium, vitamin D, and potassium. I overdid all of them, to the point where I was at the very upper limit of each of those, and it still didn't stop. I didn't really start getting, I did a like a stool sample test to see what my the biology of my stool, like good bacteria versus bad bacteria, because in my mind I'm like, you know, I just went through a bout of antibiotics, and I took the antibiotics because I was having like feminine issues. I had like a chafing feeling, which is actually related to what we've discovered is wrong with me. But I had like an issue, like a feminine issue that I was trying to fix. So I took a bunch of antibiotics. I don't know what's wrong with me. I just tend to do that for whatever reason. Just kind of thought it was like a bacterial thing. This was kind of the beginning of how all this started happening. So I swallowed a bunch of antibiotics. Couple weeks later, this was around like Valentine's Day, is when the twitching began. It was light at first. It wasn't nothing too major, and then it started just doubling over. I'll insert some clips so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about. For most of the year, I was dealing with this spasming in my face, and it was extremely uncomfortable. And then I had skin issues where my lips would get really dry. Everything that I'm describing to you is what ended up turning into being the cause, like, is a symptom of what I discovered was the cause, which is a gluten sensitivity. My limbs would go numb at night. It kind of still does. My toes would be numb. It kind of still does. I would get headaches. I was getting like pimples every day. I was waking up with a brand new, I didn't know what was happening. I was changing my sheets. I started washing my face. I started using new products, and nothing would resolve it. And my face was also still twitching. So I kind of took like a stool sample test, and it came back as like kind of my body was not like handling gluten. And it kind of just like was a light bulb in my head, like, okay, you know what? I've tried everything. Nothing's working. Let's try this. So I eliminated gluten for like maybe 6 weeks. I noticed that after I eliminated gluten, I have asthma, that I stopped relying so much on my rescue inhaler, and I was abusing the inhaler as well. I mean, like, I was using that inhaler like every night, like 5 times a night, you know, and daily as well. My chest was tightening constantly. So I have allergic asthma. So depending on what I eat, my chest will tighten up. So when I stopped eating gluten, my twitching stopped, and my dependency on the inhaler also stopped as well. And I'm finding that anytime that I decide that I can have gluten, it comes back, and it comes back crazy. So we're currently testing gluten sensitivity as a cause for all of these symptoms. I'm in my first week again of gluten-free. Has not been easy, especially during the holidays, but during the holidays I actually was having a lot more gluten than I was prior. So I'm still waiting to see if the gluten intolerance or the gluten sensitivity is the cause of the twitching in my face. We gonna see. So that was one of the things that kind of set me back, was that I was dealing with a lot of emotional stuff, some stuff that I didn't show you guys. I went away for like 3 months. I don't remember what month it was, probably in like July-ish. I left. I was done for a bit because I was really, really sad. Like having my face spasming constantly was difficult. I even lost friends, you know, like I even stopped communicating with friends because my face was just not in a place for me to be out and about and hanging out and smiling. Like I was not well. My body was going through something, and fingers crossed that the issue that have been experiencing is gluten related. As far as nutrition, I weigh more than I did when I started the year. That's a given. We know that. And I felt bad about it at first, but the truth is, I feel like I actually accomplished more this year mentally than I have when I was losing weight rapidly. Yeah, I was losing weight fast in 2021. Yeah, I mean, at the very top of 2021, I even got all the way down to 190. But the way that I got there, I was miserable. I was sad, and it's actually no wonder I gained that weight back. I was eating 1,400 calories. Come on, I was starving. I was hungry. I was deprived, and I was super stressed about food constantly. But this year, since like actually taking some time to, I gained back all that weight. I got down to 190 and I shot back up to like 220-ish. So I gained 20 pounds back. So when I lost all of that weight, like I absolutely, positively, I was like miserable. I was in a place of like deprivation. Like I was deprived, I was starved, I was hungry, I was unhappy, I was sad, I was angry all of the time. One of the other things that I came to realize was that I was also standing in the middle about my weight loss goals. Being a fat activist, you kind of, you know, you're pushing this rhetoric that I accept myself. I accept my body as it is. I do, absolutely. I put this makeup on, put on some cute clothes, and I feel good about me. And, you know, I don't need a man to validate me, but my man, he feel good about me too. And for me, it's like, it's not about like accepting me anymore, looking at me and feeling complete just dissatisfaction with myself. I want to improve. I want to see improvements in my body. Not only do I want to lose weight for appearance, but I feel like my health depends on it at this point. I've been sick, suffering with something. So I kind of just feel like the year wasn't a complete waste or a complete bust. What I say, I mean, yeah, I gained more weight. I weigh more now. But what I've learned about me is that I'm unhappy when I am in a state of deprivation. I am completely unhappy. What I've also learned is 1,400 calories is just not enough for me. It's not. And on top of that, I can still eat 400 more calories than that, work out consistently, and still lose weight. I've learned that because I was able to lose the 20 pounds that I did gain back. Pretty much lost the 20 pounds. Maybe it's 18 pounds or maybe it's 15 pounds, but I basically was able to increase my calories, girl, you listening? Increase my calories and still lose the same exact weight that I lost rapidly when I was unhappy and sad and starving. So I'm fine. I'm okay with gaining that weight back. Working out, I stopped going to the park mostly because Arrow started preschool and I lost my workout buddy, basically, my walking buddy. I do recommend the park. If you are just beginning and you're just starting, you don't need a gym membership, ma'am. You really don't. I suggest taking the first couple of months of your journey and truly like banging it out in the park, getting some consistency with movement. If you haven't been consistent with movement, it's gonna be very hard for you to find that consistency in the gym. Some people do it, but they are like unicorns. I never stay consistent in the gym, especially when I'm first starting out. When I lost the first 80 pounds or even like the first 60, to be honest, I was not in the gym. The whole 80, I wasn't in the gym, that's the truth. Whole 80. I was just walking. I walk my neighborhood. I'll walk the park. I'm walking. That's about it. And I was able to find a balance between light exercise and eating. But don't forget that I weighed much more, so it kind of was just easier for me to lose weight back then. As far as working out, now I have learned a lot about strength training, which I'm so excited about, because I am also going to be launching an entire thing. It's coming, but I'm still trying to work on myself before I bring anybody else with me. I'm still trying to like master it first. So I started strength training and I love it. It's my thing. Towards the end of the year, if you watched my last vlog, and you would have seen that I kind of had like a confession that I meant to left you guys, which was that I told myself weeks before, oh, I'm gonna do 300 calories of cardio daily. And at that time I was going to the gym like 5 days a week. So 300 calories a day on cardio meant I'd have to like either do the bike or a combination of both. The bike maybe like 30 minutes and then treadmill 15, or vice versa. And that was mentally taxing. Like it was, I love cardio, but I can't do it every day like that. It kind of like scared me out of going back to the gym because it was so demanding. So I'm done with that. I'm not putting a caloric number or a calorie number on the gym. I want to be in the gym for an hour, regardless of the time. And the reason why I want to do an hour, and then it's only going to be an hour, maybe 3 to 4 days a week, like actively working out, and then a couple days or a day of active rest day. Because like I was finding that I was spending a lot of time in the gym being completely stressed out because the workouts were pretty intense, and I was there for 1 hour and 30 minutes a day, and that's too much, honey. So going forward, it's probably gonna be more like 15 minutes of cardio, 15-20 minutes, if that. And then the remainder of it is gonna be smashing out my strength training workout, which I'm loving. If I didn't have so much fat on my thighs, I think I'd probably already have a quad separation and everything. I can feel it. I can feel it in my thigh, but you can't really see it because there's so much fat sitting on top of it. But we're working on that for this year. I don't know, I feel good. Like I feel hopeful. Like I don't want to say I've stopped binge eating, because that's not true. There are moments where I will have a whole box of cookies, but I think I'm able to stop myself. I'm able to stop the binge from going 2 months, 3 months. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm able to, like, okay, girl, you ate the whole row of Oreo cookies. That's fine. Let's keep on going, you know? And then like if I find that I'm binging more than regular, if I had like 2 binges in a week, then I need to reevaluate my goals, like my eating. How much am I eating? Am I doing intermittent fasting? I tend to binge more if I'm extremely hungry and then I have to wait 30-40 minutes for food. I do feel like I made progress this year. I feel like I've made more like emotional progress than anything else, and then like more like nutritional progress, because something was happening to my body. I don't know for sure yet if it's gluten. I will keep y'all updated and posted. If you are watching me, like following my vlogs, then you will definitely be in the loop. But something has been happening to my body, and I feel like I am now more than ever empowered or on the right track to figure that out. I just don't feel as stressed as I once did, especially about losing weight. Next year, 2022, well this year for 2022, my goal obviously is to lose more weight, but to really kind of like just own this journey, like own it and not be so hard on myself. You know what I mean? Like I have spent a lot of time the last 5 years trying to lose weight. And I would say the first like 3.5 were really good, because I got to a place where I was able to own and love my body regardless of the size of it. But then in this last year, I kind of just was standing in the middle of that, like not knowing do I want to honor this big, beautiful body, or do I want to honor this big, beautiful body and still strive towards healthy weight loss? So I'm gonna say yes to losing weight in 2022, and I'm gonna do that unapologetically, but I'm not gonna starve, and I'm not gonna be killing myself in the gym. Period. So guys, I just want to say thank you so much for supporting this channel. I started this channel last year. I thought it was 3 years that I've been doing this. I don't know why. But I started this channel. I didn't start this channel last year, but my first like video where I started to become more consistent with posting was January 28th, 2022. Go figure, because my first weigh-in, I believe, was January 27th. So this channel has helped me so much with like staying consistent, like having you guys. I'm so excited because this is gonna be the year that we're gonna like do this together at some point. I'm just not ready to do it yet. I really do need to get a handle on my own weight loss, and then most definitely we're gonna do this together. All right guys, this is gonna be the end of the video. Thank you guys for supporting this channel. We started with 191 subscribers last year, January, and we're almost at like 6,000. So incredible. So I am so eager to know what your goals are for 2022. Please leave me a comment. I comment back as much as I can. Sometimes it overwhelms me. Y'all are so kind in those comments. I'm just not used to people being kind to me. I be scared. I get scared to even look at the comments. So don't think that I'm not commenting back or replying back because I think I'm better or I'm special or it's not that. It's just that I sometimes just don't know how to handle all of you guys' just support and love. But if I haven't told you guys, like, thank you so much. Y'all don't know. Y'all say that I inspire you, but it really be y'all that keeps me going for sure. If you haven't already, guys, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. This is the year that we absolutely smash our weight loss goals. 2022 is going to be the year that we commit to ourselves. We stop abusing our bodies with food, etc., etc. Follow me on Instagram. I love you guys. Bye.